This is the Hard Mark Podcast, starring Erik Donaldson and Ryan Murphy. Hey everybody, welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast. If this is your first time joining us, this is a show where I, Erik Donaldson, a wrestling fan of over 30 years, introduce one match per episode to my co-host, the lovely Ryan Murphy, who has never watched wrestling. We talk about the backstory, we watch the match, and Ryan attempts to predict the winner. And then we rank that match on our ever-growing list of all of our different matches. So if you are a wrestling fan, enjoy reliving some of these classic and not-so-classic moments through the eyes of a new viewer. And if you aren't a wrestling fan, enjoy hearing about some of the crazy characters and stories that make up the wild world of pro wrestling. And with all that said, with me today, as always, is the man of 1,000 compliments, the soul skater, the maitre d' of mat drama, the Tampa Bay topsider, the living painting, the talent, the kitty cloner, Ryan Deathmatch Murphy. How's it going, Ryan?
Good. That's nice. That's a nice touch.
Swapping out the last nickname will always be different. We'll always have a unique nickname.
It's a good one
for you moving forward.
I asked Greta that question. I think I sent you the text.
You did. But I think it's worth breaching the subject on the program.
Yeah.
So Greta instantly, without hesitation, was like, "Yes."
She didn't once ask me for a clarifying question, like at all, the whole day. Because I didn't even. I went to work after that. Nothing. She just yes. That was it. She didn't ask me why. She didn't ask.
Did you ever follow up and ask her about cloning you?
I didn't.
Oh, well,
yeah,
that was a mistake, but.
I'm sure there'd be more clarifying questions at that point.
And I know last episode I did, I was sort of like, I threw it out as like, I'm assuming this is a real thing. I did look into it after the fact and like, there's a lot of articles about it. So she's cloned her dog twice and it's a real thing. So good on you, Barbara Streisand. Way to clone that dog. It's the end of season 1. We did it. This is episode 25. That's fucking nuts.
25.
What do you mean we're only at 25? Does it feel longer than that?
I thought it was like 29. I thought like next episode was
You're saying that because you want it to be the deathmatch thing so badly?
Or I just thought it was 29. Like, that's what I thought.
That is incorrect. It is this right now that we're sitting at live is episode 25, which this is the end of season 1. Ryan, can you give me, and it doesn't have to be anything elaborate, can you give me a very brief summary of your memories of our match that we watched last episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was rated high. I think it was number 9.
You're correct.
Yes.
It was rated 9. Do you remember anything about what happened in that match?
There was a poster-esque moment.
Your memory never ceases to amaze me. The things that you glob onto in these matches, because I had completely purged the idea of Roddy Piper fighting his way out of the corner out of my mind.
Brilliant.
But it's stuck with you like a hearty stew to your ribs. That's impressive. So do you remember the end of that match?
Yeah, it had the weird ending where like they called it.
Right. Yeah. Weird ending. Referee disqualified everybody with the exception of Ric Flair, the debuting Ric Flair, the new to the World Wrestling Federation Ric Flair. And so, as we mentioned last episode, this is the first time we've ever done this. This is a 4-episode arc. So last episode was the start of this. We are now in episode 2 of this 4-episode arc. So we're finishing out season 1 and we are starting season 2 of Hard Mark with this gigantic, never before listened to sort of narrative. I don't know where I'm going with this anymore, but that's what we're doing. So you remember what happened last episode, so that's good. So we don't need to kind of recoup any of that. But if you haven't listened to it yet, I would highly encourage that you go back, acclimate yourself to it, or listen to this episode and then go back to it. Either way, it works just fine. It is a companion piece sort of thing. But before we get into the pro wrestling here today, Ryan, just to break the ice, we did have some very nice pizza earlier. Do you want to say anything about the pizza that we had? I know I've given you shit about your thin crust tortilla pizza before. This was sort of a middle ground between like proper pizza and your monstrosity of a pizza.
I don't know how you can call it that, first of all. This was I don't know. It was decent pizza.
Are you trying? So, I mean, I was going to let you kind of wow the audience. It was Red Robin pizza.
Oh, is that what you want?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was worth it. Probably a lot of people don't know that Red Robin has pizza, but they do now.
Yeah.
We had it.
It wasn't bad. It was for Red Robin pizza. Like, I expected a little bit worse, but I thought the actual pizza matched up with the picture like almost perfectly. Like, I didn't expect it to look the same way as the picture did.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because that's what really intrigued me and made me want to get that. Almost like spot on. Like, Red Robin fucking did a really good job there.
It's not like the Big Mac where you see it in the commercial and it's like steaming and pristine.
Pizza, they throw pepperoni. Like DiGiorno throws pepperoni in the box all over, and there's like 6 pieces of pepperoni on the.
It did seem so. The pictures of the Red Robin pizza, if you look this up, like it's just covered in pepperoni. This had a fair amount of pepperoni, but not quite as much as in the picture. That's the one thing I would say.
Close enough.
Yeah, no, a close enough approximation where I said, before we started recording, I was like, you know what? I do not regret that purchase. That was fine.
And the way that, even in the picture, the pepperonis were a little like crisp and burnt on the sides. Mm-hmm. Like, that was the same. That was what you got in the box.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm a big fan of burnt foods, so I like my bacon nice and crispy.
Same.
I like my Cheez-Its with the blackened, charred edges.
I like my shrimp a little overcooked.
I'm not a big shrimpman.
Okay, well,
describe to me a overcooked shrimp? What is
I just
that?
Like a little it's a little blackened, and some may call it a little rubbery. But I will throw that on the grill and let it sit on skewers and just let it blacken.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good stuff. So
I'll have to try that. I'm generally speaking, anything that's like rubbery, like calamari.
It's not. Greta says it's rubbery.
Okay.
I don't say it's rubbery. Greta would describe it to you as that, but it's just blackened shrimp.
The honorary third member of the Hard Mark podcast, Greta, referenced. I'm pretty sure there's maybe 2 or 3 episodes that you could count where Greta has not been an inactive participant, but actively discussed on the program.
Yeah.
So that just kind of came to mind. I thought it was, worth mentioning that, hey, Red Robin has pizza. It's not bad.
Not bad.
To break the ice, I know you seem very on edge, so I figured I would, break the ice a little bit. We'd have this conversation. The people have been clamoring for a piece of knowledge. I think it's time that we gave them this piece of knowledge, Ryan. Everybody's been tweeting me. Everybody's been sliding into my DMs. They're like, hey, what's the 4-on-1? What's the scoop? So I'm just going to come out right now and I'm going to ask you, Ryan, does your penis have a name?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Is that a thing?
Yes, my penis. I've named my penis. I've gone through 2 names for my penis.
Is that common?
I think so. Yeah.
Is that
I mean,
maybe not
We'll put it to the Hard Mark listeners.
Yeah.
Put a poll out there.
I mean, I know it's been done.
Sure. But a lot of women will name their breasts.
I don't know if that's true.
That is true.
I don't know if that's true.
I've known women that have named their breasts before. Not when I was a more unsavory lad in my youth, but maybe less so now. But I've known women that have done that. And I've known men that have named their penises.
Can you ever name it a girl's name?
Your penis?
Yeah.
So let me tell you my penis's name. Yeah. So when I was in high school, I thought it would be funny. So my penis's name was Theo, and this is a reference that's a little bit more dated for you, 1990
kid. As a young guy.
As a young, vibrant 30-year-old. But so I named my collective junk. So my testicles were named Cliff and Claire, the Huxtables. From Bill Cosby. He doesn't get a lot of name dropping these days. I'm not exactly sure why, but so I named my testicles Cliff and Claire, and then my penis was named Theo. And so I went with that for a long time, and then eventually I came up with the name of the Widowmaker. So my balls no longer have names, but now my penis is the Widowmaker, which I like.
With that.
I've stuck with that since. I mean, I don't use it often. There's not a whole lot of opportunities for me to be like, I'm going to unsheathe the Widowmaker or anything like that. But I like it because A, it sounds pretty cool. But then B, when you really start to think about it, it's it kills men and makes widows out of their wives. And so, like, it's funny.
That's funny.
If you, like, think about it. But it's, like, on the surface level, you're like, haha, what a stupid name. And then you think about it, and it's like,
I had to go back and, like, where...
Yeah, the literal definition.
Right, that's, yeah. Is this an inside joke, or is there, like...
No, what you see is what you get. It's all surface level here, Ryan. Mm-hmm. Would you consider naming your penis?
I don't think so.
What's stopping you? What's preventing you from giving old Rhiney Bear down there?
I think that time has like passed. Like, I think like that could have been a thing, but at this point, like, I had names for my cars. That was kind of like the
okay.
Yeah.
Do you still name your cars, or is that also
no? That's
maybe
kind of
those things are tied in together. I never thought about that because. Yeah, my current car I have not given a name to, and I got that like right before I turned 30.
Yeah.
And and all my cars before my current car I gave names to.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. What an interesting phenomenon. Everybody comes here for the science. I'm so glad that we're here having scientific debate around penis names, car names. Yeah. When you hit 30, do these things still happen? So tweet us your penis names at Hardmark on Twitter. You can also find us on Facebook, Hardmark Podcast. Actually, we're at Hardmark Podcast on Twitter. Sorry, don't just tweet whoever Hardmark is with your names of your penis. He might be weirded out. Yeah. And on Instagram, which is where we're most active, there in Facebook, Hardmark Podcast. Send us your car and penis names, please. One other question for you, Ryan.
Yes.
This is actually sort of, it may not seem like it on a surface level, but this is veering us towards our topic here today, the match that we're going to be discussing. Again, this is not something we've breached before. The people have been clamoring to know. Do you have an opinion? Do you have a leaning one way or the other? Cremation versus burial. Is this something you've given any thought to?
I mean, like a little bit, but not like I'm not like passionate about the issue. They gotta do whatever they want with me. Like,
sure.
I feel like cremation
throw you out of a helicopter into the ocean.
Yeah, I don't think this is the case, but I feel like cremation would be like the easier way to go. But it just seems like a lot of work to like put someone in a coffin and then drop them.
I agree.
The earth and then
I believe that's far more expensive because you're having to purchase. You can't. So weird. You can't rent coffins, but apparently that's how it works. Thanks, big coffin.
Like once you like degrade, is that what you're talking about? Like reuse it? Like
I'm just joking.
Oh, okay. You're like
no. But like, and coffins are like fucking expensive because they're made out of like really nice wood, and it just seems very wasteful. Like you're putting such a burden on people. When you're dead, like you're not even there to appreciate.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure it's very expensive. Like
yes,
but I thought also cremation was pretty expensive as well. But I don't know.
I mean, relatively, I bet that it is. But I mean, is there a third option that's like less expensive than
throw your body in the river and let it
a true millennial ass answer if I've ever heard one.
I just get rid of it. I don't know.
I mean, you can even be alive when you do it. Like, fuck it, whatever. Cheaper for everybody else anyway. Yeah. A lot easier for them. I am also the same way. I think I am also skewing towards cremation. Not that I've given this a ton of thought, but I'm also in the cremate camp over just for practical reasons. Just because I don't want to burden people with the process and like makeup. Like, do you do an open casket? Do you not do an open casket?
That's another weird thing to me. Like, that's a thing. Like, I've been to like one major funeral. It was like my grandpa.
Yeah, same.
And like, I don't recall us doing like an open casket. It was more like a ceremony and like a celebration of life, like type of thing. Like,
yes, same.
But that would be really weird to me to like if someone close to you passed away and you like walk by their casket and they're just like, that would be fucking shocking to me to like see that. Like,
I agree.
And I see it in movies all the time. What the fuck is going on? Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. I've not frequented a ton of funeral ceremonies, luckily. So I've, not had to experience this a whole lot, but I'm also the same way. I've never actually in person seen an open casket funeral.
Yeah. I thought it was a movie thing, like more so than like a real.
I mean, probably. I guess it does lend itself to more dramatic moments. Yeah. I'm sure it's few and far between. I don't know. What type of even person wants an open casket funeral?
Totally.
Like,
The fuck? Like,
I don't know. It's just,
yeah.
Tweet us, penis names, why you would ever want to do an open casket funeral at Hard Mark Podcast on all of your social media channels. Well, that's good. That's good to know, Ryan. I'm glad that we got that sorted out. The reason that I bring these things up here today. So the match that we're going to be watching, which again, part of our 4-episode arc, we don't know. We'll have to run the science on it. We'll have to, get our test tubes and our beakers out and really kind of figure out some Tesla-ass shit here today. But the match that we're going to be watching features none other than Hulk Hogan, and he's going to be taking on The Undertaker.
This is a big match for you.
Why do you say that?
Both the Hulk and the Undertaker in the same match.
It's two big names.
Yeah.
You're familiar with Hulk Hogan. That was like the 2 or 3 names that you knew at the very beginning of before we even ever started this whole thing. Did you know about the Undertaker? Was that a name that had kind of come across your radar before we started this thing?
If I did vaguely,
okay, that's fine.
I hear it on like Squared Circle now, and I recognize a lot of this shit on like Reddit now.
Why are you going on Squared Circle, Ryan?
That pops up every now and then. Like,
it's a very influential subreddit.
Yeah. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, so a little bit there,
but The Undertaker did recently retire. I remember you actually messaged me. Yeah, and we haven't done the science on that, so it's hard to really speak to.
Are you saying are we getting close?
No. Well, I don't know. I'd have to look at the numbers, but I'm focused on the deathmatch thing, and then eventually we'll get to. Okay. Well, it's also shitty that it's already been fucking spoiled for you. But
you were like kind of fucking pissed when I told you that I had seen something about this on Reddit. Like,
yes, yeah. You're a control subject, Ryan. I don't want to expose you to things sooner than is necessary. But yes, either way. So our match today, as mentioned, Hulk Hogan versus The Undertaker. So the last time we saw Hulk Hogan, it's been actually a little while. We've had quite a Hulk drought. I think they refer to it in Wrestle Talk circles. So last time we saw him was in episode 13. As mentioned, we're now in episode 25. Do you remember the last time we saw him? Who he was facing off against? It was one of your favorites. Your favorite Native American grappler. The Ultimate Warrior. That's right. You got it right. So that match...
Is he really Native American or is he Native American?
No, it's just you and Tony Tate both.
Was that episode 13?
That was episode 13. So it's been 12 episodes since we've seen Hulk Hogan. And again, it's been half of our run that we have not seen Hulk Hogan since that.
See, those kind of things that blows my mind a little bit. That
Moneyball analytics.
There you go.
Big time. Okay. So that was episode 13. Any guesses where that Hulk versus Ultimate Warrior match is ranked at the moment?
17.
Close. 24. 24 out of 29. So you really like the match a lot.
What was the other Hulk Hogan match?
There's been 3. So Hulk versus Warrior is 23, Hulk versus Andre is Hulk versus Warrior is 24, Hulk versus Andre is 23, and Hulk versus Macho is 20. So he's really got a nice stranglehold over those 20s. We'll see if he can break that streak here today. So that's, again, just last time we saw Hulk. So since that point, if you remember that match back in episode 13, he lost to the Ultimate Warrior. You actually predicted Hulk was going to win, and he let you down. He lost. He got defeated by the Ultimate Warrior, and he lost the WWF Championship. Quite a bummer for young 6-year-old Erik at the time. Since that point, however, he came back. He regained the WWF title for a record-tying 3rd time. So I think one other guy had won it for 3 times, but he tied that. And he's kind of cemented his legacy at that point. So over the next 6 months after he won that WWF title back, he would continue his feud with the evil Iraqi sympathizer, Sergeant Slaughter.
Remember him?
Yeah, we saw him casually outside of the podcast. That was sort of a non-ranking situation. We were just enjoying some wrestle fun. But eventually, as we alluded to last episode, Hulk would start getting challenged by the newly debuting, self-proclaimed Real World's Champion, Ric Flair, who we saw kind of come up on the scene in the WWF again last episode. So while Flair was continuing to taunt and harass Hulk, while all this is going on, you have a new challenger that's emerging to challenge for the WWF Championship in the form of The Undertaker. Any recollections of The Undertaker? We've seen him once.
Threw a guy off a 16-foot cage.
That's not something we saw. You think you saw it, but I mean, who knows? We haven't done the science, so it's hard to say who really threw who off of what. But The Undertaker, officially, scientifically, we saw in episode 10. So that was like the big match that, coincidentally, you butt-fucked that match in your ranking last week. That was originally number 9. You bumped it down to 10 to a far inferior Survivor Series match. So thank you very much for that, Ryan. But anyway, that was The Undertaker's debut, both in the World Wrestling Federation and on our show so far. So he was the mystery partner of Ted DiBiase. So now that was Survivor Series 1990. This now is around the time of Survivor Series 1991. So now this is 1 year later. Again, it's the same show that we watched the match from with Ric Flair last episode. The Undertaker is basically undefeated. He's mowed down all the competition leading up to his being named the number 1 contender for the WWF title. And so it's announced that he is going to be challenging Hulk Hogan for the WWF Championship at the 1991 Survivor Series. So pretty fast ascent for The Undertaker. It's fairly rare, especially back in those days, that somebody would, within a year's time, have the opportunity to challenge in such a major pay-per-view event in front of a big audience. So kudos to The Undertaker. And so again, this is the same event, Survivor Series, as the last match that we watched last episode. So all these issues between Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, all of these items are coming to a head during an interview segment hosted by The Undertaker's manager, a man by the name of Paul Bearer.
Sounds like a good manager's name.
It's a hell of a manager's name when you're managing The Undertaker. So this is taking place on his interview segment called The Funeral Parlor. So let's go ahead. Let's watch that clip of all of these items coming to a head for all of our guys here today.
Jesus.
Yes! Come on in! Another chance to see the very special casket that Undertaker has selected. And who is going to be my guest this week? None other than the man going to be lying in this casket on Thanksgiving Day, Hulk Hogan!
Those kids are freaking the fuck out.
Is this like around Thanksgiving? Or not Thanksgiving, sorry. Halloween.
Thanksgiving.
It's prior to Thanksgiving. So
Yeah. It's between... Well, I mean, the Paul Bearer was always
this is
like
a Halloween
that.
theme.
No.
Okay.
Not necessarily. No, he was just always that way.
Okay.
Very interesting interview coming up right now. Paul Bearer and the Hulkster.
Oh, they got Hulk stickers all over that coffin.
Throw me back to one of the matches that we...
Let's see if anyone spits on that.
Yeah.
The Hulkster very cautiously approaching
Oh, Mr. Hogan!
what could be his casket.
Isn't it beautiful? Oh, yes! Made of the finest materials on the outside as well as the inside.
I don't think the Undertaker.
Who is this guy?
He's the Undertaker's manager, Paul Bearer.
He is, and he's doing the commentary for this, intro.
Well, that guy on the right, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus.
Just where you're going to be laying on Thanksgiving Day. Yes.
Wait a minute.
I promise you.
From behind, here comes the alleged real world's champion. Ric Flair getting a bird's eye view of Hulk Hogan.
You know how long I've been waiting for this very moment, big man, huh?
Hey,
You know how long the real world champion has heard the name Hulk Hogan? In closing, what are you gonna do, Hulk Hogan, when Ric Flair runs wild on you?
No. There he goes.
That so-called real world's title, Ric Flair, against the real WWF champion Hulk Hogan. Be it your
Wait a minute.
beckoning call.
Wait a minute.
But Hulk Hogan
From behind.
Oh my God.
The Undertaker with the urn.
Big fucking tie.
Hulk Hogan from behind with the urn, coming out of the coffin. Look at that. They're all over him. Flair, Undertaker. What's it? Roddy Piper. And
So Roddy Piper from last episode and Macho Man Randy Savage were both on commentary, so they're running down to make the save.
It's nice of them. Checking his pulse.
Grabbing the crucifix off of his...
Standing over Hulk Hogan.
Just rip his necklace off?
Yeah, basically, yeah, ripped his crucifix off.
And unquestionably will be perhaps
he looks like he's in bad shape.
He's hurting for certain.
Maybe I should put him in the coffin.
All right, so you can see how the story of last episode sort of ties in so closely with this. I mean, you have Roddy Piper in that segment, you have Ric Flair in that segment. Like, so all these stories are really sort of coming together and interweaving like a nice. Well,
it's fucking insane.
But you can see how the Ric Flair and Piper feud also bleeds into this Undertaker Hulk Hogan feud as well. And then sort of Macho Man's on the periphery as well. I mean, you can kind of see it for yourself. But thoughts on that interview segment? You seemed intrigued by Paul Bearer.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was probably the most interesting.
Can you will you humor our audience with doing an impression of Paul Bearer?
No, I will not.
It's for anyone who hasn't seen this character before. So it's a completely cartoony, over the top, like face painted, ghostly white, just creepy fat guy who talks in like the most preposterous, high pitched "Oh yes" voice.
It's like the assistant to like the villain character. That's like. That's
that's a pretty good way of phrasing it. Actually, I would.
That was a weird.
That yes, I'll get behind that.
Yeah.
And so you had sort of the confrontation between Flair and Hogan. You have Undertaker emerging from the coffin to like sneak attack Hulk, and then he and Flair kind of both putting the boots to Hulk at the same time before Piper and Savage sort of make the save. So that's kind of building up to this match at Survivor Series 1991 between Undertaker and Hulk Hogan. So there you go. Which, just so you know, not the match we're watching here today. Fucking psych. So, with that said, let's watch the very tail end of that match right now.
Calling a Hulk win.
Okay.
He's still on his feet.
Well, this doesn't scientifically count towards your win-loss, but I appreciate the
Officer
thought.
continues to unload with a barrage of roundhouse rights.
He's on the one knee. The first time he's been down to one knee. Look, the real world champion.
Look at this. Flair with a chair. A steel chair. He got pile drived right into the steel chair.
Wait a minute. One.
Come on.
Two.
Get out.
We got a new world champion.
That's ridiculous.
Federation champion.
What a miscarriage of justice.
I told you so. If I was a fan, I'm going to say this, man. And new World Wrestling Federation champion, The Undertaker.
This is horrendous. 3 guys it took.
There you go. So that's what happens at Survivor Series 1991. Ric Flair gets involved. He sticks his big banana nose in Hulk Hogan's business and costs Hulk the WWF title against The Undertaker. Any thoughts on what you just saw there in that match?
I bet the Hulk's going to be a little bit upset about that.
Hulk's a little bit upset.
He's going to hold a grudge.
He's going to hold a grudge. You know, forgiveness was not one of Hulk Hogan's strong suits over the course of his career. But
he took 2 pile drives.
Yeah, 2 tombstone pile drivers. The first one he got right back up from, but then the second one, Ric Flair sort of slid a steel chair in. Hulk gets pile driven on top of that steel chair, and that knocks him out for the count.
Because on a wood mat isn't like enough.
Yeah, you need that little extra oomph. Needs that bit of steel, that cold, solid steel. So you'll never guess what happens after that.
I could not.
Due to the interference of Ric Flair. So the match results stand. So The Undertaker is the reigning, defending WWF champion. And so like that result's still standing. However, due to the controversy around Ric Flair's involvement, the rematch between Hulk Hogan and The Undertaker was scheduled for just 6 days later. So the match that we just saw was at as I've mentioned a million times now, Survivor Series 1991, which was Thanksgiving Eve. The following Tuesday, so just 6 days later, they were going to have an event called Tuesday in Texas. And so that event was going to be headlined between a rematch between The Undertaker and Hulk Hogan. And to ensure that there would be no chicanery in this match, none other than WWF President Jack Tunney was going to be ringside to ensure that there would not be any shenanigans.
But it goes well.
I mean, so that's the match we're going to watch here today. So we've got the rematch. We just saw kind of that initial meeting between the two men. And again, I'm not putting any pressure on you, but I want to try and make sure that, the analytics are well informed among everybody. Your current record, as it stands right now, you have watched 29 matches. You were at 15-14.
Pretty good.
I would be lying if I said that there wasn't a part of me that is really hoping you come out of this at an even 15-15. To end season 1, I can think of nothing more appropriate than just even record. Just even both ways.
Oh, we'll see.
But we will see.
We'll see.
This is true. And also, just one other thing. Right now, you are on a 2-match losing streak.
Okay. Thanks.
Just to
Did you ever mention when I'm on like a real hot streak there? 6, 7, 8.
I mean,
9.
I'm pretty sure those things have never happened. There was the one episode that you love talking about, the lightning round back in episode 20, where you sweated out your eyeballs. That one you had a pretty decent showing of 4-1. But
and they were tough. They were tough matches. I don't know if anyone else would have been
they
able
were
to.
some gimmies. But either way, is there anything that you think is important to mention? Do you have anything for Ryan's Corner? Ryan's Carter!
There's nothing more that I like than a fresh cut lawn. I would like at some point to watch one of these matches with ads.
What do you mean with ads?
Like a 1991 all the way through with like 1991 ads.
Oh, you're talking about like
some
a
nice
show.
Budweiser, maybe Capri Sun.
Oh, so like a TV show where it's like one match, but it has interspersed ads in it?
I just want to see the ads of this match, like what was showing at that time.
That's
during a WWE like
that's a real weird request, but I mean, I could maybe once we get through the deathmatch episode, or maybe I don't know, maybe there'll be other opportunities too. But I'll see what I can do. A lot of times they cut the ads out when they post them on YouTube. But
I imagine that's probably what they do. But that's not Eric. I'm just asking you. That's a request.
Maybe I've got some old tapes lying around the Donaldson house library of wrestling matches. You never know. All right. Well, in that case, we will go ahead. Let me make sure that the recording is still happening. I'm sure that it is, but I should... and it is. That's good. But yeah, so we'll go ahead. We'll take a brief commercial break. We'll play some of the audio from the match that Ryan and myself are going to be watching. And when we come back, we'll give you our thoughts on this monumental encounter between The Undertaker, the current WWF champion, and the challenger, the immortal Hulk Hogan. Be right back. Hey everybody, this is Erik. I have decided that in lieu of an anchor spot or anything like that, instead I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a podcast that I actually had the pleasure of being a special guest on last week, which is known as Everything is Interesting, which is part podcast, part game show, part interview, part choose your own adventure, and features new guests and topics each week. I had an awesome time talking with Joe and friends about classic pro wrestling, my thoughts on WWE as a company, which you might actually find surprising, Jake and Logan Paul's boxing exploits, and a whole host of wrestling trivia and fun reminiscing around the 90s wrestling boom. So I encourage everyone to check it out. It's available everywhere that you can find your favorite podcast, everywhere you can find Hardmark. You can also find Everything is Interesting. And they've had episode topics ranging from the stock market to astrology and all points in between. So give it a listen, and I can guarantee that you will come away learning something new and interesting from each episode. One of the highlights for me was actually a story that Joe told of a shirt that his mother had bought for him, which looked exactly like the classic NWO shirt, but it was NWC instead, which, of course, stands for Nothing Without Christ. The marriage of bootleg wrestling merchandise and religion. It's a beautiful thing, everybody. So do yourself a favor, check it out. Everything is interesting, featuring me, Erik Donaldson, on the wrestling episode. But you can't go wrong with any of their other episodes either. So 2 thumbs up for me. It's got the hard mark stamp of approval. So please check it out, again, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Thanks, everybody.
Hulkamania is going to be buried tonight. And what a lousy place to be buried. Texas. What's this? The real world champion. What's he out there? This is exactly what he did last time. Tony, get up. Get up, Tony. The starts of the Hulkster prevailing. No. Get up, Tony. Get up. Flair, where's Flair? What's he doing? Tony, look! Ashes spewing out of the head, right into the taser of the Undertaker. Scoop from behind. No! That's not right! That's not right! It's all over! No! The Undertaker has been beaten. The winner of this bout. And once again,
All right, everybody, we are back. We just saw from Tuesday in Texas, Hulk Hogan versus The Undertaker in the rematch from the Survivor Series. So Hulk Hogan challenging The Undertaker for the WWF title. And wouldn't you know it, the immortal Hulk Hogan is victorious. He becomes the WWF champion for the record-setting 4th time. First man ever to win that title 4 times in history. And you'll never guess who Ryan chose, who he predicted was going to win that match. That's right. He predicted The Undertaker, which means in the most poetic fashion, Ryan finishes out season 1 of Hard Mark.
Why is it so poetic?
At a 15-15 record, starting out exactly the same winning percentage as how he started. Just, equal amount of wins, equal amount of losses. As much as all of it, for all of his hubris after episode 1 of knowing he had all that shit figured out, he had his big losing streak. He came back, and then he just kind of pitter-pattered, faltered off at the end with
my life.
3-match. I'm not going to, drag you through the muck or anything, but you did finish with a 3-match losing streak now. Okay. Yeah. So just so we're clear. So let's before we get into my notes, what did you think? Just thoughts off the top of your head.
It was fine. It wasn't that great.
So we're talking like top 10 then. We're talking, like upper maybe 5, 6, 7, something like that. Is that
what you're thinking? Yeah.
Okay, good. Anything in particular stand out to you before we go to the match here today? I think I know what stood out to you most, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
I thought there was going to be more things that stood out in this match. Like, this was kind of a... I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it was a lot of it was very touchy. It was very, in the corner. Let me
what do you mean really? All professional wrestling is touchy, for the record. There's a lot of touching.
No real moves that stood out. Like, there was
a lot of...
They tight-roped a little bit.
They tight-roped a little bit. Okay, fine. All right, fair enough. So, we start watching the match. We start off actually with an interview with Hulk Hogan. My note from watching this interview, Hulk looks skinny.
He looked a little skinnier in the interview than I think he actually might have been. That was right. Cameras.
Yellow is a very slimming color on camera.
Yellow,
yeah. So not a lot of people know that. So Hulk does his interview. Any thoughts about Hulk's interview at all? I liked the "I'm gonna bury you in Texas" line. I liked that.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good line.
Yeah. You know why he did yeah, right? Because it's like
Texas thing?
cowboy shit, and, whatever they yell.
Texas twang.
They're wrangling shit at their honky tonks, which we know, as we've established in season 1 of Hard Mark, which, hey, if you haven't listened to all the episodes, go back in the archives. You can find us on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere you listen to your favorite podcast. And you can listen to one of the episodes. I don't remember which one. But Ryan, it was episode 10. It was episode 10. I remember because we were watching a match with the Honky Tonk Man, and you were like, hey, Erik, you know what a honky tonk is? And you were like quizzing me about honky tonks.
Oh, did I?
You did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Any cool honky tonk stories before I move on?
Not as much as I would have made. Just, no.
Good. Perfect. Okay, so we watched the Hulk interview. Undertaker entrance. Paul Bearer. I'm just gonna say Paul Bearer. I'm gonna give you the floor.
That's a weird creature. Like I don't know how. Like
I did just describe him after watch that funeral parlor segment, but now that we've gotten a chance to see a little bit more of
he was weirder in this. He was weirder in this than he was that whole like. He's pretty weird there too. Like
you said. Let's see. In fact,
an animal. Like he doesn't even look like a human.
An animal. You're specific. What did you say exactly? Let me find that bit in my notes. The most ridiculous character I've seen so far was your actual quote.
Yeah, that's
you stand by that? Yeah. More ridiculous than Vampiro? He spit on the grave?
Yeah.
More ridiculous than Kiss Demon? He was in the grave being spat on?
Yeah.
Survivor chick Jenna Maraska? Yeah, I guess there's okay. All right, I'll give you that. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, Bam Bam Bigelow has flames tattooed on his head. That's, kind of silly, I guess. But yeah, I'll give that to you. That's fine. Sure, we'll go with that.
It even expands like outside of wrestling. That was fucking weird. Like,
Paul Bearer drew so much of your attention that last episode we saw Undertaker, which again was episode 10. You were mesmerized by his giant tie.
I do like the giant tie.
You went on such a weird tangent. This time, you didn't even notice the tie because Paul Bearer was so entrancing to you.
I don't think it was just me. Like the cameras were focused on him coming out, like not.
The camera loves him. when you got like a Brad Pitt face and Tom Hardy body. I don't know, is that a combination of things? We'll say that it is. The camera just can't keep away from you.
Yeah, it was either the tie or Paul. So
and a cool Vin Diesel voice. All those things, all the things you could ever want. So then Hulk.
Does he have a Vin Diesel voice?
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Hulk.
Are you just adding things together now?
Yeah.
Like, okay. I wasn't sure if I missed
a Ron Jeremy penis. Hulk Hogan makes his entrance. He tears off his shirt immediately. You and I did have a little bit of back and forth about camera cuts. Please don't go off into your weird tangent.
So it had to be rewound twice. And I guess you could say that.
Oh my God, Ryan! God damn it! Your conspiracy theories.
I am not kidding. I really thought there was like some sort of like there was something got cut during the reproduction of this video or something. But it looked like he was walking it, and then all of a sudden he was getting just down on the ground, kind of getting his ass handed to him.
But you now, upon watching it multiple times back, you understand that that's not what happened.
But I can see how anybody could make that same mistake.
Most people don't automatically assume and go into like weird conspiracy theory mode that they're trying to deceive you in that way, Ryan. Most people are just going to accept like, okay, there's a camera cut, there's a camera cut, there's a camera cut. This is all live feed.
I think if you took 10 people and you just surveyed them randomly and you had to watch that part, you'd be like 6 of them would be like, did something happen? Did we miss something?
No, all 10 of them would say, okay, yeah, he ran into the ring and he got jumped. You'd be the guy tapping on the window. No, that's not what fucking happened. The moon landing was faked. Like that's what would actually be happening in that scenario. You're inventing these scenarios with fake snakes and weird camera cuts in front of tens of thousands of people that aren't fucking happening. Like you're making all these things up.
This is unfair. Perception the viewers are going to get of me.
I'm not saying that when you go home after these recordings that you go and you watch 9/11 conspiracy theories about jet fuel melting steel beams, but I wouldn't think that that's that far of a stretch.
I wish I had like a fact about that right there.
I I do too. Okay, you described Hulk Hogan as an all-American boy, which I just found to be very heartwarming. So that was fun. Hulk charges the ring. Paul Bearer's trying to like put the boots to him. Eventually, Hulk gives him the old double noggin knocker, where he kind of takes both their heads and bonks them off of each other. Another thing you said about Undertaker, more intimidating with the hat on.
Yeah, for sure.
You just not intimidated by red-haired men? Is that it?
I thought his red beard shined through a little bit more with the hat on than with it off. Okay,
so it's so you liked the fact that the hat highlighted the red beard.
I didn't know he had a beard before, and then the hat. So.
And then you forgot that he had a beard once he took the hat off?
It didn't look like he had it. It just didn't like...
Well, probably because his hair was going in front of his face.
That could have been.
Because he usually has kind of his head down. He's kind of has like a zombie stance to him.
He looked like a normal guy you wouldn't want to fight with the hat on. And then he gets like just too ridiculous, after he takes the hat off. That was, I guess, maybe where I'm coming from. So that makes...
The reason that you're a fixture on this program is because most of the things that you say don't make any sense to me. That's what you bring to the table here. So no, it doesn't make any sense to me, but I love it anyway. Okay. So the big 10 punches in the corner. Hulk Hogan bit Undertaker. Then we saw Jack Tunney. Jack Tunney didn't get a whole lot of camera time in this, but did you have any thoughts on Jack Tunney? Yeah, the president, Jack Tunney.
I thought he was gonna like kind of hone in the ref a little bit.
Oh, you thought he was going to be more active?
Yeah.
He just kind of sat.
Not like active in the match, but maybe like there was a lot of talk about the ref not doing his job in the previous match. And I always think a good ref should do his job. Like, he's probably under a lot of pressure with the president right there.
Yeah. His job's, in jeopardy. It's close to Christmas. He's got all those presents that he's got to buy for his nieces and nephews. Yeah. I could see that. But as a kid, and looking back on it now, I think Jack Tunney was a great authority figure because he like absolutely played the part of your typical boring, stuffy white guy commissioner of a sports league. Yeah, principal, exactly. Like he fit the bill of like what you would expect.
I only saw the back of his head, and I can get that. Yeah.
In real life, not that you give a shit, but in real life, he was not actually the president of the WWF. He was a promoter out of Toronto. So he would promote their shows, but they also used him as an on-air authority figure to like make matches or do whatever other shit needed to be done in the late 80s or early 90s. Let's see here. A couple of atomic drops. That's where you drop a guy's balls on your knee. Hulk still on offense. A couple body slams. We talked about this a little bit during the match, but you said you even picked up on this. Their chemistry was not good.
Yeah, I guess there's probably been a lot of matches that I've watched now that the chemistry's been totally off, and I'm trying to like pinpoint why that match is so off. It's probably like how the chemistry that they have. I don't know how much they...
So Hulk and Undertaker in real life, legitimately, they had a bit of a strained relationship, and it was actually in part due to the Survivor Series match that we saw the brief clip of. Hulk claimed that Undertaker hurt his neck with that pile driver on the steel chair.
Shocking.
And everybody who watched that clip back says his head never came close to the actual mat.
Look like it did.
And so there was some friction there where Undertaker felt like Hulk was basically trying to bury him because he was the new guy, because he'd only been with the company for a year. And so I think there was some animosity between the two of them. And I think I think the lack of trust between the two folks is why that match was kind of sloppy and why Undertaker seemed a little on edge at times. And like there was a bit where he tripped and got like caught up in he literally fell down on his ass because he got tripped up in the ropes. And I think he was just so in his head about not fucking shit up where that leads you to fucking shit up.
This is the good kind of like understory behind the backstory. This is good. That's interesting stuff. Like
it is. Yeah. And I try not to go like too inside baseball on these types of things because it's all like he said, she said bullshit.
But like wrestling is all like this whole thing of like, like how much drama can we stir up between these two contestants? And then you throw a little drama underneath that too. Like that makes it. That's
you got your mat drama, and then
like
you got
meta
your
drama, like
meta drama.
Like, that's
the maitre d' of meta drama. So I mean, I could go through my notes, but choking. There's a lot, and I think that's what you were alluding to when you said a lot of touching.
There was like choking and there was touching. There was a lot of like, there's just a lot of shit like with the hands, like.
A lot of shit with the hands.
Yeah.
Undertaker must be
Mostly
popular with the ladies.
Yeah.
A lot of hand stuff.
See his fucking gloves. Like he's.
A lot of chokes. Did you find those chokes to be sexual? I know you've commented on sexual chokes before on the program.
Have I?
You did.
No, I did not.
Ric Flair versus Terry Funk. Go back in the archives.
I could see there being definitely sexual chokes.
Were definitely not sexual chokes.
No,
those were aggressive chokes that you interpreted to be sexual. Did you interpret these?
No,
chokes?
those were not sexual or aggressive sexual.
In many ways, I would say that these chokes in this match were more sexual than the previous chokes because there's a point where Undertaker is choking Hulk Hogan, and then he like looks right at the camera, and his eyes roll back in his head. Like you could. I don't think this would be the case, but I could see somebody making the case like that dude's coming right now.
Oh yeah, well,
I wouldn't go there.
I missed that.
And we know Ryan usually is looking out for those things.
Yeah.
But missed it this time.
Put that in your notes next time. Stuff like that, you know. You gotta
keep
an eye out for it.
I'll try. I mean, you seem just flabbergasted by the whole match. There was commentary. Any thoughts on commentary? No? Okay.
No, I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just, it
was good. We were talking a lot. There was you were up in arms about how you really weren't a huge fan of the match, and then Paul Bearer was very distracting to you every time you saw him on screen.
He was.
So a bunch of stuff happens. Ric Flair showed up. So just like the end of the previous match, Ric Flair shows up again. Hulk Hogan clobbers Ric Flair with a chair from behind. Ric Flair falls on top of President Jack Tunney. This was the one part of the match that you seemed to enjoy, was the very tail end of the match where the referee's kind of distracted with all the bullshit that's going on. Undertaker tries to cheat not once but twice. Once when Ric Flair is holding up a steel chair and he gets thrown into it instead of trying to, throw in Hulk. And then the second time he's trying to hold Hulk's arms behind his back so that Paul Bearer can hit him in the face of the urn, and instead Undertaker gets hit in the face of the urn.
Yeah. It was fitting ending.
Fitting ending.
Kind of a shitty match. Like
fitting ending.
And you get you threw the sand in the eyes of the
sand. Is that what you think is in urns? Is sand?
The dissolved body. I don't know. The ashes.
I would accept ashes. The dissolved body. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Hulk punches out Paul Bearer, takes the urn from Paul, unscrews the top of the urn, dumps the ashes out, throws them in Undertaker's, which you called actually. You were like, oh, he's going to throw it in his face. Throws the ashes in Undertaker's face. Doesn't even do like a big strongman move. He just like rolls them up like for a quick cheater ass pin.
Yeah.
Does it. Referee counts to 3, which was a fucking quick ass count.
It was like a 2.
It was like a 2, and Hulk barely caught him down like for even the 2 seconds, but then they counted it.
For all the matches that I've seen go to like 4, this one to be 2, like.
And then Hulk wins. Four-time WWF champion, record setting. Never been done before. It's been done many times since, but never been done before this 4-time champion. Clobbers Undertaker with the belt in the face for good measure, sends him out of the ring, and then he poses down. Like any good Hulk Hogan match, gives him the poses. So there you go. We end it with 15 and 15. I think, unless there's anything else you want to mention around the match. Okay.
No.
Let me just, before I forget, I will update your win-loss because I know you're very concerned about that. The good news about you being at a 15 and 15 record is that I don't have to pull out my calculator to figure out your percentage.
What if you did?
I mean, math is never my strong point. And then a 3-loss streak. We'll update that. Perfect. All right. So now that we have your win-loss up to date, I think it's time we got to do some science. So get your integers out. Make sure that you are on you can use Elon Musk as a phone-a-friend for this if necessary, if you need some real heavy-duty SpaceX science shit. Is he involved in SpaceX?
He is.
That's what I thought.
The founder and CEO of SpaceX.
There, big Elon Musk guy over here. What do you think? So, up towards the top, you think maybe, or
this was not a good match.
So, okay, I understand where you're going with that. And I don't even disagree because, especially as I was rewatching this match, I had the same thought. But having said that, last episode, you also said that it was not a good match. And you really couldn't even name hardly anything that happened in that match that was like of any merit or was like even enjoyable at all.
I'd put a poster of part of that match on my fucking wall. Like,
okay, sure. Got it. Is this... Okay, I'll just cut to the quick. Is this going in the Hulk section?
I mean,
we have a clearly defined Hulk section of this list.
Like, I would like to put it there. I just, like, I don't want to, like...
Is this the worst of the Hulk matches? So I believe the worst right now is Hulk versus Warrior.
It is. It's 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my recollection of that, just as a comparison point, you were very, very anti-Ultimate Warrior. I think you called him a pussy at least twice. There was the test of strength where the two guys were comparing knuckles. They were like latched onto each other. There was a prolonged bear hug. So those are just some of the things. So,
I mean, the ending of this match was better. I thought there was the better vibe in the.
Sure. I mean, and sometimes with a good wrestling match, a good ending is all you need. Sometimes a good ending is enough to like have you feel like, oh, okay, that was a decent match, and like it almost makes you forget about the other things that happened. Like, see back to episode, I believe, 21. Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ultimate Warrior, where the ending with Miss Elizabeth and they came together, like you totally forgot that there even was a fucking match because the ending was so good. This was probably not to that level.
It's like somewhere 2025.
Let me take a look. 25, you said?
It's 20 to 25. Like
that's a wide. We only have 29 matches.
I don't even know where to fucking put it. Like I just.
Oh, Ryan. Okay. So 20 to 25. So this. You really took what I fucking said real literally, huh? It is in the middle of the goddamn Hulks. Okay, so episode 20 is Hulk versus Macho Man. Great commentary. You love that fucking commentary.
Yeah,
the reason you ranked it...
I'd probably put it behind this.
Okay. Shield versus Wyatt. So that's the brothers, the SWAT team brothers versus the Bayou Colt.
That was a good match. Great.
It was a great match. Okay, so below that.
I think it's below that.
Below that. Okay. Flair, Ric Flair, who we saw here today, versus Terry Funk, the I Quit match. So that was the one where both guys had to say I quit. They had the microphones in their mouth and he's like, say it, that sort of thing. There was a lot of wild brawling ringside.
Ric Flair isn't my favorite guy either.
I've gotten that sense.
No.
This story arc, you may not love it, but we'll see how it goes. So
that would be 22.
So that's 22, and then 23 is Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, our very first match that we ever watched, which was the introduction.
Put him at 22.
22?
Put him at 22. Yeah.
Okay, so this is bumping 22. Flair versus Funk down to 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, new 22.
That's fair.
Man, wasn't for that ending. This might be last. Cool. All right. Well, that is our ranking. We've got 30 fucking matches on this thing. You've watched 30 wrestling matches.
It's fucking crazy.
Pretty soon here, I'm going to have to crunch some numbers and share some analytics. I don't know when exactly it's going to be happening, but I've been tracking different things like decades, the company that the matches took place in, who was the good guy, who was the bad guy. So I can even track like, hey, if a bad guy wins the match, what's Ryan's winning percentage versus if a good guy wins. So eventually I'm going to share that, but it'll probably be after our 4-episode arc. To kind of go along here. But I think it is that time. Where's my phone? All right. It's that time, Ryan. It's how we end every episode, where I impart a little bit of wisdom to both yourself, who's in desperate need of it, as well as our listeners who, are also in need, but maybe not quite as desperate. Today, actually, I just thought of this today. And I hope that there's not anyone who actually needs this, But in the off chance there's somebody who is not already aware of this piece of information, I think that this is vital, crucial that they be aware of moving forward. And I can think of no better way to finish out season 1 of Hardmark Podcast than by imparting this piece of wisdom to everybody. A removable shower head is the greatest $15 investment that you can make in your entire life.
I can't, like, they are nice.
They're the best. If you do not have a removable shower head, your butthole is probably disgusting. I'm just going to say it. Like, until I made the investment in that, I don't think that my asshole was ever fully clean. Why are you giving me a look like that, Ryan?
Just kidding.
Okay, let's just be bros for a moment here. Are you telling me that you don't take it out of the holster and like blast it up your butt to like make sure that it's really clean?
I'm just, there's other means of cleaning where it needs to be cleaned.
Not as effectively though. Like, okay, so
I'm not, like, what kind of like water pressure are you talking like?
So, okay, I will answer your question, but let me circle back to a thought that I had earlier today. So I hadn't worked out in a little while, and often more lately, it seems like my showers are tied in intrinsically with my workout habits. And so if I work out less, I tend to shower less, and if I work out more, then I'm showering, a lot more. I had not worked out for a couple days, and earlier today, as I'm getting all this stuff ready, I was working out. And as I was working out, I could smell my own butthole. And I could smell my pit stink, and it smelled like turmeric and cumin and all these other spices. And I was convinced, I was like, this is going to be the goddamn day where Ryan shows up early. He's like, hey, I got off work early. I'm here. And then I was convinced I was going to be sitting here talking to you, doing the podcast, smelling my own butthole the whole time. And so then, luckily, I finished my workout. You did not show up. To your credit. And, and so I go upstairs and I shower, and then I do my business with my removable shower head. And as I'm cleaning my butthole out, I'm like, oh my God, this is, why did it take, because I didn't buy one until I was well into my 20s. Like, I didn't have that. I just, did what everybody does. You suds it up, and you just kind of spread your butt cheeks with your hands, and you just kind of haphazardly get some drizzle of water down there. But what I do now that I've made the investment, the proper investment, the right investment, is I put it on the most high intensity setting that you can get it, where it's just a concentrated blast of water, and I just spritz that area. Right. Because I'm a hairy guy, and so I need something with some force behind it to really just make sure, and occasionally get some lint, some hair, little bits of poop, but then you're clean.
You're probably right. Like... I've had one, and that's I think.
Wait, do you not have one right now?
No, I mean, no. I don't. I think
I'm gonna need you to get out of that chair. What do you mean you don't have one right now?
Yeah, I think there's other means of like cleaning.
Doing what I said, where you pull your butt cheeks apart and you just let the drizzle of water go down. But that's not clean. That's not truly clean. That's not
like really fair. Is a way of like. That's not like what you're doing.
How would you describe
it? A hard time like talking about these things.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why this is so uncomfortable. These are just bodily functions, right?
Yeah, but no,
it's like the cream pie thing all over again. We were all the products of cream pies,
right? I make
Ryan.
sure that I am clean wherever, whenever. There you go.
Well, then it sounds like you are actually in need of this Eric's wisdom tree. Will you go?
I fucking had one. I did have one. I get what you're saying.
Why don't you have one now, Ryan?
Because it came with our house.
Why didn't you bring it from your house to your apartment?
I think it was part of the shower. I don't think I could.
They unscrew. That's bullshit. I don't buy that for one moment. And
it was like a side option. We had a side shower head or side shower removal thing. Yeah,
they're very cheap, Ryan. They're like $15, legitimately. $15-$20. They're very easy to install.
Shower.
I know Greta's not home to enjoy you. And so you're probably reluctant to really spritz yourself as thoroughly.
That's not what I'm saying. I told you all the time, I make sure that all of myself is clean. I'm just, I don't think you have to utilize only this tool to do that.
I'm saying I don't think you're as clean as you claim to be.
Well,
because I don't think you could. Do you have a bidet?
No,
Is that what you're getting at?
No. But I would get one. I think that's a great investment.
You can use mine.
No, I don't know why. That's a whole nother probably subject to talk about, but we should.
That's a different wisdom tree.
We should be fucking on that. So
yeah, that's a different wisdom tree. But again, everybody, handheld, removable shower head, best investment you can ever make in your cleanliness, in your hygiene, in yourself. You get refreshed. It's better than a cup of coffee in the morning, and it's better than a nice warm thing of milk at night.
Also, how long did you go without showering? You said you haven't worked out in a couple days.
I was working on like 3 to 4 days.
Fucking really?
I'm not proud of it.
I'm not like, I get it.
That's not the wisdom tree. The wisdom tree isn't, hey, everybody, don't shower for 3 or 4 days.
But like, that's why like you're fucking so disgusting. Like when you take a shower.
But when you get that disgusting, that's when you really need to spritz the fuck out of your butthole.
I just want to say I haven't gone 3 or 4 days without taking. And this is not I get it. You work from home, like you do your own thing, right?
Quit bragging, pal.
I get like sticky after like one day, like so I can't go like one day without showering.
You're like a little kid. I remember I had a neighbor who would come over and I would insist that he washed his hands before he touched any of my
It's fucking bad. Like it's
Nintendo controllers.
It's a thing. Yeah, no, I'm like that kid. Like I get it. I am fucking gross and I have to like make sure like I'm clean. Like
well, I should have never cast aspersions on your cleanliness. Yeah. I do apologize, but nonetheless, if anyone's listening, you have Ryan as your secret Santa or white elephant or whatever it's called. It's $15. Like it's probably like what $100 limit. That's pretty reasonable here in 2020. I know it's a downturned economy, etc. But $15, he's going to get a lifetime of enjoyment. His butthole will thank you. Greta will thank you. Those two things are not necessarily related. Anything else, Ryan? Before we wrap up season 1 of Hard Mark, episode 25.
Need to go.
You probably should. I gave you pizza. I gave you beer. I gave you the best advice you're ever going to get in 2020, and you seem to be kind of ho-hum about it.
Wrap up 2020 on that.
Wrap it up 2020. Wipe up that butt with some blasts of water. Yeah. Why don't you? Cool. All right. Well, that's it. Appreciate your time today, everybody. And if you're not hard, get hard. And once you get hard, stay hard. Take it sleazy and clean out that beehole.
Choking in there was touching.